No, but then also too, when I was trying to think of what songs would the play for
That's
Mother's
padded room activity, brother.
when I was trying to think of what songs to play for Mother's Day, right? It got me to thinking that like the songs that like I would listen to with my mom, like just when I'm driving around with my mom and stuff, right? And it made me realize, you ever listen to your mom music and think like, damn, your dad must have been putting her through some shit.
I was there. Yeah, I know that for a fact. I watched it.
No, because it's like you don't realize until you get older, you're like, damn, that's what Tony Braxton was talking about.
That's a fact, because I like a lot of the music I listen to, and you know I got a whole breakup playlist, and there's a lot of women's songs on there, and the way that I relate isn't that like, damn, I feel like this. The way I relate is like, damn, that's what I did to her.
Right. Yeah.
When I listen to music like that, that's what I think. I'm like, damn, I really was doing that shit.
Right. I'm not going to cry no more. That shit hit different at this age.
When you the culprit.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we got Pepsi. He's next to me, knocked out. We on episode 118. Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you listen to this on, whether that be on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, just wherever you find your podcast needs. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to that. Also, if you haven't already, please feel free to join the Discord while that's still accessible to the public. That'll be a Patreon exclusive in a month or so. So yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already. And stop right now. Please give us those 5 stars, man. I tend to forget, but yeah. No, matter of fact, I don't forget. Y'all niggas be forgetting. Stop right now. Give us that 5 stars. Scroll down, leave a review, give us some words, any of that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 stars. Patreon. YouTube. Facebook. Spotify.
Yeah. Wait, hold up.
Show love, nigga.
Yeah, but what's up, man? How you feeling?
Good. You know, I was telling you after this, there's a contest. There's a hot dog eating contest.
Well, you said it's a mix of a hot dog eating contest and skateboarding, right?
Yeah, so you gotta drink 9 beers.
Okay.
9 glizzies. And then 9 tray flips, which is something I've never done before.
But wait, tray flips?
No, I've never drank 9 beers and eaten 9 hot dogs before.
No, but would you say was
it's like it's a 360 kickflip. It's just like, you know, if you were to smack the tail end of a skateboard and then it flew up in the air, that's the motion that it would do.
Okay. Yeah.
Picture it in your head like that.
Yeah, that does sound like a lot. Like 9, like I could eat the 9 hot dogs.
I definitely can't, and that's a crazy admission. That's a crazy ass admission, bro.
I love a hot dog. People be like, no, you can't eat a hot dog in public. No, I will eat a hot dog and look you in the eyes.
That's like the circumference of a hula hoop worth of hot dogs,
bro. Man, don't let that shit be fresh off the grill. Let that hot dog be a little bit burnt. You know what I'm saying?
I've learned.
I'm colorist when it comes to my hot dogs. I need a dark skin.
Yeah, the hot dog does have to be burnt, or else I can't eat it. I can't eat boiled hot dogs. Yeah. I can't really eat hot dogs at all because the burps make me nauseous. Like when you eat a hot dog and you burp it up again, it's just like the worst feeling. So 9 beers. I don't think I've ever done that and then skated. I don't think I've ever had 9 beers in my life. I don't drink beer that much. Yeah, that's a lie.
Only drink beers when I'm with the whites.
It's free.
Yeah, bro, that shit always free. It's either because of who I'm with. Actually, I told you when I was in St. Louis, I went to the Bud Light distillery, or I think that's the name of it. It's basically like where their first where it started.
Yeah,
because you know Shane, he's like their spokesperson. He did all the commercials. So like they gave us a private tour. So I was able to drink beer that was like freshly made. Like this was like beer that was just made like hours prior, before it got like filtered and all of that. I
could fuck with that. Is there a black beer? There needs to be. The way alcohol is marketed to black people is so fucking awful. And you know, if let's start back from the beginning. Colt 45, one of the worst things ever. And then you get Old English. You feel me? It's nobody that you look up to that's drinking beer in the black community? I don't know what I'm getting at here. I think I just want somebody to give me money to drink beer.
Yeah. No, but before we go any further, I do want to say, since we are recording this on Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You know, whether that be the moms, the aunts, the grandmoms, the big sisters, anybody that just plays that motherly role. Even shit, the fathers.
Yeah,
happy
Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all. I mean, yeah, happy Mother's Day to all those that celebrate, all of those that can't celebrate for whatever reason. You know, whether the mom isn't present anymore, or you know the mothers that are unable to celebrate. We're unable to celebrate. Our mom's still here, but we just podcasting.
Yeah.
We got our priorities all fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I could have visited my mom, but also, y'all matter. We gotta make sure we feed the people what they really need. We gotta make this so that the mothers out there can listen to this. Yeah. It ain't just about our moms.
Yeah. So we sacrificing for y'all.
Yeah.
I planned on seeing Michael. I still wasn't able to. Michael is still doing a good job in the theaters. Like I looked up, I was looking up all the times. So it's a mix of two things. I've been having shows at night, but then like all the daytime shows, the only seats available have been like the seats directly in front of the screen and the wheelchair seats, which is fucked up because them niggas don't even need a seat. Like y'all coming with a chair.
Wait, the wheelchair seats? Are you talking about the empty spaces?
Is that what it is on the map? Is that just an empty space?
If we talking about
on the seating chart,
I'm pretty sure the wheelchair space is just a wide ass space for you to roll your ass into.
Okay, because I was feeling some type of way when I was looking at the seats that was available.
You could buy that seat though. If you buy that seat and get a bucket from Home Depot, flip that shit upside down, sit on it.
But yeah, I still haven't seen Michael yet, but you know,
but are you excited to see it?
I mean, I hear it's good, and I like the music, so I wouldn't mind a concert to that. I've seen worse biopics. I saw Notorious.
Oh, yeah. I'm Tupac. Yeah, I don't like that movie. Yeah, but
so I am looking forward to it in a sense. I will say this. So you know, the person that plays Michael, we spoke about this.
That's his nephew, right?
It's his nephew. It's Jermaine's son.
Right.
Jermaine's son Jafar. Now,
I wonder if he has a brother named Jaclose.
Janeer.
Janeer and Jafar was actually a solid fucking. It's probably some people named that right now.
But the way this all played out, right? The other brother, Randy Jackson, he married the woman, right? They had kids. Then Randy and that woman, they got divorced, and then Jermaine started dating that woman. And then
these niggas are all fucked up.
And then Jermaine married her, and that's where Jafar is their offspring. So
that's some hoe ass shit, man. I would never fuck my brother's ex-wife. So actually, I wouldn't marry her. The fuck? So your brother's ex-wife?
So Jermaine and Randy's kids, they technically like siblings and cousins.
Yeah, that's some weird ass shit, man. Yeah. What the fuck are you doing to your family?
Yeah, you got a uncle cousin. So as interesting as Michael life is, that's the biopic I really want to see. Niggas need to see the Jermaine story. I want to see the barbershop trips. Like,
before you go, want me to fucking dunk your face in this goddamn canola oil before you go?
Jermaine be leaving the barbershop looking pan-seared.
Yeah.
There's a few things that happened recently that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about the Stefon Diggs situation. And
now this is Cardi B, Stefon Diggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
everything I know is within the frame of Cardi B. So anything that like any sort of news event, I think about how it relates to Cardi B.
So Stefon Diggs, football player, bounced around the league just a little bit. Last year played with the New England Patriots, and they actually let him stay. Like he was able to finish out the year while this whole situation was ongoing. Like had this legal situation where his former chef accused him of strangling her Let me pull up his exact charges. What was he charged with?
But let that nigga would have said something about human rights.
He was he was found.
His ass would have been on the fucking sidelines watching that shit in handcuffs.
He was found not guilty. So yeah, he was found not guilty this past week on assault and felony strangulation charges. And the chef.
Is there like is there felony strangulation? Is there like a local municipality strangulation? Or you just go to the county?
That's a good question. I didn't know it was levels to choke.
Like how much you gotta choke a motherfucker to where the federal government gets involved? How hard you gotta choke somebody to where the FBI is like, hey nigga, this is too much.
No, yeah, because I would feel disrespected if I choke somebody and they say, oh, that's just a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
It was a few, like, the videos this played out publicly on social media where, videos of this woman was online. I'm not sure how much of a chef she really is, because I know, I'm gonna play this video right here where she was talking about their relationship.
How would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. We had it started out as friends. It started out as friends, became sexual, and we would meet up, hang out, and we decided I would come work for him like February of 2025.
She said,
and that's the problem right there. Like, whether he's guilty or not guilty, you can't mix. You can't fuck your chef.
Yeah, you pay for the pussy and get the food for free. You don't pay for the food and get the pussy for free. He did it all backwards.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you pay for the pussy, she don't talk. Chefs run their mouth, and that's acceptable. She's supposed to. But you pay for the pussy, you allowed to choke her. That's in the contract.
Chefs talk to you crazy. You ever see Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. I wouldn't. You don't fuck Gordon Ramsay. It don't matter how good his beef Wellington is. You don't just fuck him.
Bro, Gordon Ramsay be talking to niggas crazy, and they just like take it. They be like, "I'm sorry, chef. I'm dumb as shit."
But yeah, I don't. And every time somebody talk back to him, they basically, it was like Hell's Kitchen. They would get kicked off. They would get eliminated.
But it's like you don't mix these things. When you bring sex into a business relationship, it messes things all up and it blurs the lines, and especially with a chef, because I'm not sure how much of a chef she is. Because I've tried to find somebody. Let me actually try to find if she got any meals to see if she's a real chef or is she just a bitch that be cooking.
Well, let me stop being ignorant for just 1 second. This shit makes you look horrible if somebody that you fuck and then hired says you did something to them. Because automatically, what are we thinking? Power dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking the help. That's a weird power dynamic. And now they they accuse you of a crime that is built on power dynamics. It just don't look good. So I guess he's acquitted, but I mean that doesn't mean shit to me. People get acquitted. People don't even report shit like this, let alone take it to trial, because it never works out anyway. So I'm not gonna fucking say that the nigga's not guilty. I will just say that if he isn't guilty, he made some really stupid decisions and mistakes leading up to this, and he put himself in this position.
Yeah, because...
And if he did it, then of course he put himself in a position because he choked the goddamn woman.
Because the thing is, once that situation, so once you become sexual, it's like, all right, you might have this, you as a professional athlete, you might see this as, this is just one of many other women that I'm dealing with. Because he also does have, multiple baby moms.
How many?
I believe 3, with 2 being within the last year.
Okay, so he definitely choked this woman then. He's a terrible person. He's clearly not a good person. I keep forgetting what kind of, my bad, bro. I don't know why I was giving this nigga the benefit of the doubt. I forgot the type of taste that man Cardi B has. This is a bad man. There needs to be. I guess you can't do double jeopardy, but let's run this back, bro, because he definitely choked that lady.
But I would never want to fuck a chef because
where the nutmeg at, bitch? I said I want nutmeg in the waffles, and then choked her. He a football player, right?
Yeah,
he got CTE.
I would never want to have sex with a chef because once that relationship splits, I'ma still miss that food.
That is so true. I think about some signature dishes that I just might never get to taste again.
Right. It's like,
let me make some calls after this.
Shit.
Let me make some apologies.
Nigga, I don't like you never gonna get that homemade cranberry sauce again. And now it's back to the can.
Yeah. Honestly, all my signature dishes is shit that I be cooking shit for women that another woman told me how to cook.
That's how it be. I'm telling you, the chick that you used to talk to, she gonna put you on to the best spots for your next girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gonna mold you. She gonna mold you until like
I really am, and it's, all right, I'm not even joking. I really am a conglomeration of the women that I've been with in my life. So like all the like kindness and like creativity that they think they're getting from me, that is not me. I did not come up with that myself. I don't think any man is like that. I don't know no nigga that's just like,
I don't know. You think niggas just know how to, like, you think I know how to put exactly how many pumps of vanilla in my ice cream chai because it's me?
Yeah, nigga, I don't know nothing about no motherfucking matcha. That shit is not my goddamn idea.
Yeah.
You want to go get matcha? Just ignore me because I missed somebody else. If I'm talking to you about matcha, it's because I'm imprinting another person's face on yours.
Right, for real. Before you came into the picture, I was a Tahitian treat nigga. For real, we were just drinking Mystics.
I do not know. I have never, ever in my own life, on my own accord, decided to drink a martini. If I get martinis with you, that's not me. I don't like olives, nigga. This world, niggas is lost right now where we like, oh man, you gotta just, try to fuck a woman for as little money as possible and not take them out and all that shit. You gotta, the women that you don't really care that much about, you gotta try the restaurants you like not too sure about. That's who you take the restaurant to, because you gonna find a woman that you actually fuck with, and you want to have that shit down. You want to know what restaurant she won't like, what restaurant you already know is good. You can't rely on the reviews. You gotta already be there, or go by yourself. That's also another thing. Like as a single man, don't fucking hide from the loneliness. Go out to eat by yourself.
But then also, let me see. It was a few videos from when this chef was on the stand, and she was saying that like he would bring in other women like to the house while she was there. So she's there cooking and everything, and he's bringing other women to the house. So it's like you might think this the homie, this the chef or whatever, like you giving her a job, but it's like she's still a person. She still got feelings, and it's like you're doing nothing but causing more headache for yourself by bringing.
You honestly, the economy is bad right now. Job market is not looking good. You might find yourself in a position to where your only way to really make a living is to cook for side bitches. Look, I want to make sure everybody has empathy for this woman, whether or not she's making this shit up. I'm just saying, think about the kind of position that you would be in. Like if your girl is like, look, we not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna have niggas around, and I'm gonna still pay you, but you gotta cook for everybody. That's pretty fucked.
One of the videos that they showed on the stand was this video, I guess, from inside the house where after this alleged attack, she was also like spotted in the house dancing.
Like on the same day, are they saying?
No, this was after the fact. But so when they asked her what was the level of pain, she said like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10. So then they asked her then like if you were in such pain, why were you back at the house dancing like this? Like this is her dancing.
She doing a rerun? Who does that? That's you gotta be happy as fuck to go back a couple of decades to pull out a dance. But also, she might have just been thinking, "Well, I just got choked by a rich nigga."
That's what I'm saying.
It's payday.
If I just got choked by an NFL player, shit, I'm gonna be hitting my Dougie. I'm gonna be doing everything. I'm gonna look like Jafar Jackson.
Yeah, bro. I
Niggas
fucking
gonna think they watching Michael the dance moves. I'm gonna be hitting If an NFL player choked me.
Yeah, you know how many Maseratis I done jumped in front of on the sidewalk? That don't mean they didn't hit me. Just because I'm happy it hit me don't mean it didn't hit me.
I'm trying to find some food from her or who else she might have worked for, any other celebrity clients, and I really can't find much. So it do seem like this was like just a cool chick. Like they might have interacted, and he was like, you know what, I want to keep you around, but I don't want to be in a relationship with you. So let me just give you a job so I could have some in-house pussy.
Yeah, I think she just had a fat ass and knew how to sprinkle parsley.
Yeah,
and how you don't get rid of that easily.
And that's why it makes me sick with how we think sometimes. And I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am somebody that, you know, hasn't always used the right head to think with, right? But you can't do stuff like this. It's kind of like we were saying about the Jermaine Jackson marrying Randy's ex.
Yeah.
It's like it's so many other women out there. You don't have to move like this, especially when you are who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I don't like about dumb niggas, because, like, I'm not saying I always take the woman's side in assault or, like, you know, battery cases involving a woman. I'm inclined to, but if you want to be a nigga and like want to have people give you the benefit of the doubt on some shit, you gotta not move like a fucking moron most of the time that people see you. Cause why would I not believe this nigga did that? Like, if you known for like treating women right and, you know, and like being like level headed, and then somebody says some shit that doesn't align with your character, maybe it's more believable. But like, niggas put themselves in these types of positions. Like, why the fuck is you hiring a chick you was fucking to be your chef? Are you dumb?
Yeah. And I will say, I really don't want the bad chef. I want the chef that with the arms that shake.
Yeah. Now she might have got the arm fat sucked out and injected into her ass, but if that ain't the case, you don't hire her. That's why I really don't even like to get into the like he said, she said, who's guilty thing. I try to talk about the situation itself because it's just, you know, it's impossible to prove.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unless you have the fucking evidence. But yeah, I would be dead if somebody rich had even fucking like accidentally spit on me while they were talking to me.
I'm immediately falling on the ground.
Yeah, he spit in my eye. That's biological warfare. That's against the Geneva Conventions. I want all the money I can get.
All right. Well, at first I wasn't even going to talk about this situation because it seemed like this rapper isn't even that known, but I think we should talk about it just because on a bigger scale outside of just these two people, right?
Yeah.
So it's a rapper named Boston Richey. Boston Richey, where is he from? Is he from Boston?
I think he's from Florida or Atlanta. I don't remember actually. So he's Southern now. He's not from Boston. That's the only reason I really remember him, because I was like, damn, there's not a lot of rappers that make it out of Boston. Yeah, he's from Florida.
He's from Florida. See,
I don't know what the Boston even means.
That should be confusing me. That's how I found out when I found out like ain't none of them niggas in Tony named Tony.
His name is real Boston Richey too, which is like, you're not really from Boston, so what does that mean?
Yeah, so Boston Richey, he's been rapping. He's been rapping. I guess started gaining a buzz a little bit after the pandemic. And he has a public relationship, like he's having public relationship problems right now with his ex-girlfriend.
He signed a Futures label? His nigga name is Real Boston Richey. It says he's known for Michigan style production. He's from Florida. He signed to a nigga from Atlanta.
So he has a situation going on with his ex-girlfriend, right?
He choked his girlfriend too. God damn.
Yeah, he's currently being exposed by his ex-girlfriend. So he dissed her in a rap song.
I don't even know why niggas choke their girl. Like, when like there's an acceptable time to choke your girl. So like, if you want to get that anger out, she'll let you do it and not even, she'll be happy you did it. She won't even know that you mad at her.
Oh, like when y'all being intimate.
Yeah, when you Mother's Day, I'm trying to be respectful, but like, I haven't met a woman that don't like to be choked yet. You just gotta do it outside of business hours, nigga. You
can't be choking her on the clock.
Yeah.
So Boston Richey, he dissed his ex on a song, And he also leaked a tape of her. Like he was leaking like sexual
From when she was a minor. Oh, okay. I heard about the minor allegations.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know that's what I didn't know it was all the same girl.
so you know they say they started dating when I guess she was like 16 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
He's years older. So
25. Jesus Christ, man.
so so then she exposed him by leaking some of their text messages. And in their text messages, it was one where she posted herself purchasing a strap on. She was purchasing a strap on to use on him. And
How do you find out you like that? Is it like because it's not gay? I'm willing to accept that, but how do you find that out?
We're gonna get to there if it is or not.
If it's a woman doing it,
Yeah. And but
I'm not even trying to go in that direction. I'm just saying, like, how do you go from like I'm fucking women to I want this woman to fuck me? That is a serious question.
And how do you get there? I always question when you get too freaky. Like I try not to kink shame, but when you so freaky so young, like in your 20s, because like when you get to a certain point when you in your late 30s and 40s, like you've been at this for a while, so it more so come from experience, right? You just finding out things that you like.
As long as my dick work, my butt's off limits. I don't know what the fuck you getting at, brother, but
No,
as long as my dick work, I don't even know. I don't know what my butt look like.
No, what I'm getting at is when you're older and you've been sexual for a while, you just might want to experiment or try something different. But when you're in your 20s, that comes from trauma. Like when you meet a young chick, when she 19, 20, giving you the best hit of your life, it's like, yo, how long you been doing this? Who touched you?
That's true. Like,
Yeah. So
it's sad, but it is true.
Yeah. So it's like
and here we are reaping the benefits.
Yeah. We reaping the benefits of a lot of fucked up Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
So she posted the picture of this strap, right? And then she also posted like exactly how much it cost, and like he sent her the money, and then he was like, "Get here now," right? Like he was excited, but that's the thing everybody is overlooking in this whole situation. Everybody's like, "Yo, he like to be pegged," and they just forgetting she was doing this at 17.
Yeah, like he met her when she was 15. He was 25. First, I haven't met a 15-year-old. I'm 28. I don't think I've met a 15-year-old in maybe a decade. I don't even know where they be at.
Right.
You know, unless it's like, you know, family. You know, like I don't even. You gotta be like outside looking for this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we are literally overlooking the fact that she is 10 years younger than him. Like was a teenager. I don't know if she is now, but was a teenager.
Right.
And it's like, you let that teenager fuck you in the ass, you're gay. What?
Right. We just completely overlooking him grooming a child by questioning his sexuality, questioning what he's into.
That's just an insane thing to have a kid do also. Like you gotta think about it, like even fucking kissing a kid on the cheek is creepy. If a nigga kisses 15-year-old girl around me, he got it. You can't have a platonic relationship with a fucking teenage girl. But I'm saying you had a teenage girl putting in work, nigga. That's child labor laws of being violated. First of all, you a pedophile. You fucking violated OSHA.
She going back home like she just worked in a coal mines.
Yeah, she got fucking shit all over her face. Fucking soot. She got fucking soot on her face. Her lungs ain't right. She got a hole in her lungs and shit.
She going home with black shit all over her overalls.
Nigga feeding her gruel and goddamn porridge. Got her sleeping on the floor. And we worry about the pegging. She got black lung, nigga. She ain't never gonna be right again. Her voice is probably deep as shit.
She got mesothelioma.
Yeah. Mesothelioma. She gonna have one of them voice boxes and shit. This 17-year-old girl talking like this. And they said the nigga was snitching. I didn't know. I thought he was going like he was like popping for a second. I remember like the song he had like the song with Future came out. That was like what 2022 or something. I don't remember. It was a while ago. And then snitch allegations. I thought he was going. I thought he was done for when that shit happened. The one thing I think I've never also mentioned with the whole we talked about snitching a couple times, and regardless of where I stand with that as a person that doesn't commit crimes, I think you are dumb as shit to talk to the police without a lawyer. First of all,
Oh yeah,
because if you talking to him with a lawyer, you probably not even going. It's probably not even going to come out that you cooperated. If like your lawyer was like, hey, we're gonna sign something, he's gonna tell you something, but he's gonna fucking get reduced time or no time, but you can't violate the privacy or something like.
yeah.
Niggas just be snitching just alone.
I guess it's because a lot of them think they could just finesse or talk their way out of a situation. It's like
You can't.
you can't. That shit might work at home. These cops not in love with you. They not willing to see past your lies.
That's the thing though.
So that's what it might be.
People think if I get a lawyer, police lied. They said if you get a lawyer, then we're not going to be able to help you. But people sometimes think, well, if you get a lawyer, it makes you look guilty. No, if you're trying to talk your way out of a crime you didn't commit, that makes you look guilty. It makes you look like you committed it and you're trying to talk your way out of it. But getting a lawyer and saying you don't trust the police, that's what it's supposed to be. And that's another thing that's overlooked. Snitching is one thing, but being so stupid that you would talk to the police without a lawyer. I've been dumb enough to like, if police say, where you going? I tell them. That's a young man's mistake. Like, where you going? Like, you don't got to tell them where you going. You got to tell them where you coming from. You don't got to tell them that shit, let alone like admit to crimes.
Yeah. Well, since we just talked about Boston Richey in that situation, Isaiah Rashad just put out his new album.
Yeah, rappers just gay.
I know that now the time to be gay.
Yeah,
Like as a
literally
like as a. And then when I say that, I mean like it's acceptable. So it's like if this is how you live,
it's safer for sure. Like in several different aspects, it's way safer.
Well, I'll say
HIV is like fucking the common cold now. You can clear up HIV with some fucking Advil. Real shit, bro. You could have sex raw with HIV, and if you're taking the medication, that shit don't pass to another person. That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
That shit is killing people.
It is. Damn. But what was I going to say?
I don't think people know that. Also,
Yeah, about like how safe it is now.
Yeah, like That's
like
what Magic Johnson. The shit. Everybody can be like Magic Johnson now if you got insurance.
Yeah, like you could just have a regular life. You could have like children, and not pass on to your kids.
Yeah, I'm not saying go get it, but I'm saying like don't stereotype people or like stigmatize because it's there's new technology and shit.
Yeah, because it's funny when you watch the STD commercials or the medicine commercials now where they show people with like HIV or other things where they might show them out rock climbing or kayaking and things like that. Whereas like if I had that, I'm still not doing that shit.
That's the best excuse ever to not have to do shit. Nigga, I got AIDS. I ain't going no motherfucking
I ain't skydiving.
Marathon. I'm not skydiving.
Because when I think of these artists that are able to live their true identities, always think about Chingy's situation.
Yeah.
Where Chingy, his career got derailed just off of taking a picture with somebody.
That shit would have made him like a fucking ally now. His sales might have like skyrocketed. Because they'd be like, oh, he an ally. He taking pictures with,
Yeah.
Oh, he don't give a shit.
So Isaiah Rashad, he put out a new album.
You listen to it?
No, I haven't really listened to it.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I gotta make sure I give it like a real listen because his first what do I want to say? I think his first 2 projects. The first one was like I was like, God damn. Second one really good. Third one not as good. So I gotta make sure I give this like a proper
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet, but I plan on doing so. But so with the album out, he's been doing a press run, and he was on the Breakfast Club recently, just talking about the things that transpired since he had a video leak of him performing sexual acts with some guys. This is how the world found out about his sexuality. Yeah. Like, because I'm sure when you look at him, he looks like just a regular straight masculine male.
Yeah.
But then the video leak where he was performing sexual acts on white guys.
Guys. Two white dudes.
That's what's crazy. We can't even get caught. We can't even get caught holding hands with a white girl.
So I can't even have matching pajama pictures with a white girl on some super Christian, like non-penetrative shit. Like we wait until marriage. You can't even do that. But these niggas could suck a white penis.
No, that's what was fucked up about Gerard's show.
Yeah.
Where it's like, how does your show and you sucking feet? Niggas you supposed to be getting your toes sucked.
Yeah. That was literally disgusting to me. That was also how I knew how progressive of a person I was. When I saw a black man sucking a white man's feet, and my only thought was about the power dynamic. I didn't even care that it was two dudes. I was just like, how fucking dare you disrespect your family like that, bro? That shit got me hot, because I'm like, your parents still alive? Are your grandparents alive? Like, you don't got nobody in your corner saying, yo,
get some black feet.
Yeah, suck a black foot, or have a white man kiss your foot.
Yeah.
That's how you show how far we've come as a people.
So yeah, Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah.
He was on.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad. He was on the Breakfast Club, and here's what he had to say about people finding out about his sexuality.
Listening to the project and then hearing you say that, like, you felt like it was like kind of like a blessing of how everything happened. When did you get to that point? Did you instantly feel like, okay, this is a blessing?
Yeah, I mean, at some point in time, I accepted that they don't make a manual for being like a bisexual black dude, or any of that type of shit. They don't have
Yeah.
And it was less like hiding myself from anything, or more so like not knowing how to not be ostracized.
And that's cool. That's cool that I will say he said it was a blessing how it happened. Now I will say it wasn't a blessing for me, because for real, because how I found out about that shit was just on the timeline.
Yeah, luckily I was lucky to where I saw people posting about it, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. So when I saw I started to scroll much slower. And then I think I saw like
I might have been.
The caption was like the video of thing, and I was like, okay, this is the thing I'm trying to not watch.
But for Isaiah Rashad, it is cool that hip hop has become acceptable. Like, he signed to like a major label now.
I mean, his music is pretty like vulnerable, emotional, melodic. It wouldn't be a betrayal to his fan base if he were to come out doing some gay shit. Like, he's not homophobic in his music. He doesn't present like a image of, a super hyper masculine man. I'm sure he you could take that from the music. And I think part of it is even just like trying to live up to that expectation is difficult. Like, I think if you're dealing with a person like that and they come out as not heterosexual, like, bi, gay, yada, 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 then it makes sense and you can still vibe with it. But if a nigga that's like if Styles P came out as gay, I'd be like, bro, this is not cool. not with the type of shit you done said.
Yeah, you know that one song.
My favorite Styles P song. I would never be able to listen to it again.
We didn't talk about this past week. Sadly, I know you flown with this airline? You flown?
I did within like the past month.
Damn, yeah. Spirit Airlines has announced that they're going.
And the last flight I took with Spirit was some bullshit, because first of all, I do not like going to the Newark airport from Brooklyn. I do not like doing that.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it's different for you. Like, I love going to Newark airport, but I'm also 15 minutes from it.
I'm, over an hour. And I'm like an hour from LaGuardia and JFK, but the way to get there is just so much more smooth. But yeah, I went to fucking Newark. The plane fucking boarded about an hour and a half late. We boarded. Then we disboarded because there was a problem with the plane. And then we waited like another 3 or 4 hours after that for them to get another plane. I was ready to go home. This was an hour flight.
Yeah.
I was going to North Carolina. It was an hour to the airport, hour flight, 2 hours. So I'm thinking, this is going to be sweet. And then I'm fucking at the airport.
Longer than the actual trip.
Longer than the fucking trip. It was just the fucking most frustrating shit. And I don't know if there's anything anybody could have done differently to fix that. But I was also like, you know, if y'all niggas go out of business, I don't give a fuck.
So for me, it's the complete opposite. Like I love, because of my convenience, I love flying from Newark. Then I go LaGuardia. JFK if I absolutely have to. But I don't fuck with JFK at all.
JFK is
It's a mess.
not my favorite. I think LaGuardia is my favorite airport because
Yeah, LaGuardia, she looking good now.
yeah, and there's
Yeah.
a shuttle bus that goes right to it. You know, you don't gotta deal with that air train bullshit. It's only a couple terminals.
I mean, it's a regular bus too that you could just hop on the back on. People do not pay for the bus in New York.
I mean, I don't pay for the bus ever, but it's just nice to know that I'm not gonna get fucking taken off the bus by a nigga in a Nike mask that's actually an undercover cop. They be doing that shit in Queens. That shit is so stupid. It's corny as fuck.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about when it comes to public transportation in this area. I'm not sure how it is in other cities, but it's like you have to be able to afford to live in a nice area to get away with hopping the train.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to somebody the other day because I had my bike. I didn't necessarily want to take my bike on the train, but I was like, I don't want to leave it here. And it was like a last minute plan change, so I was like, fuck it, I'll take my bike on the thing. So I'm trying to get them to open the gate, and it's, you know, the new gates they beep. You know, it takes a second, they beep. I'm like, just open the fucking gate, and then she's fucking like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yo, we're in a white neighborhood. They don't police this neighborhood at all.
Oh, matter of fact, that actually just made me think of something. So I was going to Philly a few weeks ago, right?
Okay.
So I had to catch the train. I was catching the Amtrak train at Newark. So, but I'm running for my train to get to Newark, to get to Newark Penn Station, right?
Yeah.
So, but my train is the train that I had to catch to connect to Newark was like running, like it was right there, and I didn't have enough time to pull out my wallet. So I just had to like hop through the turnstile.
Wait, this is on the NJ Transit?
No, this is on the path.
Oh, path. Okay.
So
Yeah, I've not. I paid for the path today, but that was World Trade Center.
So I didn't have enough time to pull out my wallet, so I just had to hop because it was right there. And as I hop, people are getting off the train, and this white guy says, "Hey, that's not how that works." And it pissed me off because if I didn't have to be somewhere, I would have stepped to him. It's like I'm doing this because I don't have enough time to actually pay. But then also it's like, and I'm sure you've seen this too, if nobody's around, white people just think it's on them to be the authority.
The white people still have the slave. They say black people still have slave mentality in times. White people 100% still have the slave catcher mentality or the overseer mentality, which is even worse because they're not making fucking money. They don't actually benefit. They have the privilege, but they don't benefit anywhere near as much as they fucking seem to be promised to. But they still just have to make sure that the people that are perceived below them stay below them and stay in their place. It's not your fucking place to tell a nigga what the fuck to do, even if he commit a crime. Let the fucking authorities handle this shit. Like, I don't know. They really think they the fucking the police when the police ain't around.
Yeah.
That shit pisses me the fuck off. I have that conversation all the time. They're like, you can't do that. You know. And it'd be like dumb shit, like just fucking skateboarding in public. And they're like, you can't do that here. I'm like, well, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, okay, well, when they get there, I'll talk to them.
Yeah, but yeah, let me get back to what we were talking about. But yeah, Spirit Airlines, they ceased operations on May 2nd.
Thanks. They almost got real communistic. For
Yeah.
a second. Thanks for bringing me back to Spirit Airlines.
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah, Spirit Airlines, they're gone. And the company, basically, they never recovered after losing money during the pandemic, which was actually, kind of shocking to me because it seemed like they was making money during the pandemic. When everybody else wasn't flying, the Spirit Airline niggas, those was ones going to Tulum. So they was the ones going to Tulum and Miami and Atlanta, things like that. So I'm actually surprised to hear that they lost so much during the pandemic. They were unable to secure a bailout package from the U.S. government, but Spirit Airlines is the one airlines that
might as well be called Soul Plane.
is the one airline that has reported 0 crashes. So I think it's been the safest. Yeah, is always ranked among the safest ways to travel. And also you're going to be safe where you're on a plane full of black people praying before the flight.
Yeah, that plane is covered by blood.
Yeah.
The plane is covered.
Yeah.
I genuinely like Spirit. I liked Spirit Airlines though. I've had my qualms, but affordable flight and it's safe. I mean, you got to pay for every aspect of it. Like water ain't free on the fucking plane. You got to pay for water.
Yeah, because when
it is what it is. I want to get somewhere. I don't care about the accommodations. Like if I'm trying to if it's an hour flight, all I got is a backpack with me. I'm good. Don't try to charge me for nothing. Don't give me no screen. Don't give me no Wi-Fi. Don't even give me a seatbelt, nigga. I'm good.
And also, if you believe in God, right? The one plane that crashed can't be the plane full of black people.
No. Yeah. Nah, not after slavery. He's got too much making up to do.
Yeah. Make those Asians disappear.
Yeah.
Get rid of that white hockey team.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Cudi? The Kid Cudi situation?
Yeah, just because I didn't know. How do you say her name? M.I.A. M.I.A?
I'm not sure.
M.I.A?
What she sing? She sing
Paper Planes.
that Paper Plane song.
Yeah.
That's the only song I know from
That's
her.
the only song she got.
Yeah.
Well, I think she has like some features on like some other shit.
Yeah. So she was opening. She was the opener for Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi. He's on tour. M.I.A. was recently removed as the opener after going on very pro-conservative rants at the shows. She was saying she was being canceled for being a brown Republican.
That's a good reason to cancel somebody.
And it's a shame because, the crowd, they had to boo her. It's like, I already got my shit prepared that I'm ready to throw at Cudi when he come out. I wish.
Bitch, I ain't bringing enough tomatoes for all this.
Yeah, I only got 2 shoes. I did not plan on using them this early, and now I got to because you won this bullshit. So yeah, she was kicked off the Rebel Ragers tour.
She has a song called "Illegal" and it's about illegal immigrants or something.
I believe actually the song was like, it was pro illegals. Let me see.
Being an illegal immigrant isn't even like it's an insult now, but also she said I'm illegal. Like there's nothing. Being an illegal immigrant is not a weird thing. It's just we've repeated the term illegal immigrant to the point where it sounds like a crime, but also staying at a parking spot for an hour or longer and not getting a ticket, you did some illegal. You ain't get caught.
Right.
But that's being an illegal immigrant is like parking in the spot too long. Like that's how bad of a crime it really is, to the point where it's really not even a crime. It's just
you just overstayed your welcome.
Overstayed your welcome. It's a paperwork. It's a paperwork infraction. It's like being late on a fucking bill.
Yeah. Because it's different. It's much different when somebody is like, how when you got company and you say, so what you about to do?
Yeah.
And they just still get comfortable.
I don't know what you doing, nigga. I want to sleep.
I guess before we get into the movie, do you want to talk about Funny AF? You want to talk about that show?
Oh yeah. So I don't even know where to start with that, but like, you watched it?
No, I haven't watched it. But so Funny AF is a stand-up competition that was on Netflix. Hosted by Kevin Hart. He went to 3 different comedy scenes: the New York comedy scene, LA, and Chicago.
Nice.
And
I didn't know all that. I just watched the last episode.
Yeah, I applied for that, right?
Yeah.
So
that's why I didn't watch it. I was standing in solidarity.
No, honestly, I wasn't going to. Like when they first reached out to me about it, they reached out to my manager about me applying for it. I wasn't going to because I was like, hold up. I'm like, can I apply for this? I'm like, y'all know I worked with him before. Like I was on the Comedy Central show. I was on the LOL network. And Kev got me in at the Cellar.
Yeah.
So I was I was like, is this a conflict of interest? And they were like, no, it should be fun. So I went through the whole process of like the Zoom talks with the producers, the psych eval. They had to check your social media.
What did they give you the results of a psych eval, or did they just give you a thumbs up, thumbs down?
No, they didn't even say nothing. Because I think because at that point they were still saying that like they were pitching it as a reality show that you might have. At the time, they were pitching it like the comedians would live in a house together.
Oh, I remember this, and that's not what happened. I guess I think it was just stand up, right?
Yeah. So I do actually like the way that it came out.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I mean, I only saw the last episode, and a bunch of comics we know were posting about it because they did it.
No,
but they were on the show for an episode or a couple episodes.
Well, I will say the thing I didn't like about the other comics posting about it, it was comics posting about it. I feel like comics were posting about it trying to make the moment about themselves or trying to include themselves.
What?
Like, you know how when somebody dies, people start posting a picture of like them with that person.
Oh, you saying like people that didn't do the show?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of comedians post pictures of like with the winners or people that made it far, because you know these are friends, these people we know in the New York scene, so they posting pictures like, yo, I'm so proud of you. It's like, nigga, you been
had a text. It's like as a text.
Yeah, you been had this picture. You could, if you was proud of this, if you was proud of how this person was grinding, you could have been posted this picture with them.
Yeah,
right. So I will say that, but it is cool that there is a home for stand up on TV.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it would be just people doing jokes, and it was just I didn't know if it was a reality show. I didn't know what it was. But from what I saw, the last episode, it was just, a bunch of people telling fucking jokes in like an audition kind of style format and shit. Big audience. It looked cool. It was like fucking 3 people that are in New York, right?
Yeah.
The last guy, the guy that won's an LA dude, I'm pretty sure.
Well, from Detroit, but based in, I believe he was in LA, but might be in Austin now. He moved around a little bit. But the 3 from New York, we know. Shit, actually, because Reg is still in LA, I just did a gig Friday that he was supposed to headline, but I ended up getting that. Like, they hit me up. They needed somebody that worked with Kevin Hart at home.
And that's exactly no,
yeah.
Literally, bro. This is exactly like why I was thinking this is a good thing, because a lot of niggas like you and Reg, for example, if there's no real opportunities to do something like go on a large platform to do stand up, y'all gonna continue to compete for the same spots until y'all fucking die.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a bunch of niggas that's just stuck on. Like, give a couple niggas a chance to advance, so the room to grow for the people that still there. The room expands, and then another person makes it a little further, and then another person goes into that spot. Like, this isn't exactly the example I was talking about, but it's a good sign of what I was talking about. Like, stop.
Because this is the problem with comedy, right? It's a bunch of us. It's a bunch of young comedians that, if this was back in the day, we would be leading the charge. Yeah. Like, for example, I've been doing comedy 15 years, right? At this point, if this was the early 90s or 2000s, by this point, I probably would have had multiple appearances on a Def Comedy Jam or a Comic View, Showtime at the Apollo.
Late night shows were a thing back then.
Right.
There's like, 2 now? They don't do stand up, and it doesn't matter if they have it anyway.
I mean, they do still have stand up on filing, but it's still not it's not as frequent as it used to.
It's not gonna get you a sitcom like fucking Ray Romano or no shit like that.
Right.
There's no like, hey, come sit down on the couch and introduce yourself to the planet. It's just like, well, you just did 5 minutes. Get your ass back to goddamn bar shows.
Right. So you have that, and then also too, this kind of does make me mad with the older generation of comics, where the older generation of comics will talk about how hard they had it, But then when you listen to their stories, you be thinking like, yo, you had it pretty easy. Like they'll say how hard they had it, and then as soon as they get into telling their story, they be like, yeah. So I did Def Jam, and then 6 months in, Richard Pryor took me on the road, or they'll be like, yeah, 9 months into comedy, I was opening for Carlin or Seinfeld, like just things like that, right? Whereas like we don't get those same opportunities to go on the road with a big comedian. You damn near gotta be you gotta be a big comedian yourself.
Yeah, I think
like the guys, they'll be like, yeah, I got this young comedian that I'm working with, and then you look at his page, he got 2 million followers.
Yeah, that's so comedy and a few other industries, like if you're in like music or skating, if you're in like any sort of other creative field or some shit, you might be seeing this similar thing where like the old heads are holding on and too tight to like they're holding on to their status very tightly, and they're not allowing or ushering in the newer generation as much as previous times have done. So yeah, that's why you get people that are like, there's like 100 people competing for fucking 20 club spots and shit because there's too many people in the city all week and the weekend because they're not moving up to the next level of doing theaters and tours and shit as much as they should have. And the older niggas is like literally not bringing, like, let's think about 2005 Cat Williams, I think was that American Hustle, when he brought on, like, it was him, he brought on like 5 other comics or some shit and like tried to usher them into the industry. Yeah, you're not seeing that as much. That's why I like the Funny AF shit. I thought that was cool. But you're not seeing that as much. The young nigga that somebody might be taking on tour is somebody who actually is already popping, already rich, for one. Already popping, already rich. And the way that they're framing it as, there's this younger guy and I wanted to tour with him so I could like, help out. When in reality, they're trying to hide the fact that this person has a larger social media following and their previous TV or movie or whatever fame ain't living up to what it used to be. So they need, I'll say they need each other, but he definitely needs the young nigga a lot more. They need him than he wants to admit.
They need him a lot more to keep him relevant because
y'all niggas both was on Shannon Sharp podcast and somehow you're helping him out.
Right.
Like that shit don't make sense to me. I hate seeing that shit. And it's not even about like, I generally don't care about myself that much. It's not like hatred or jealousy. I just see like a lot of people stuck in the same spot when traditionally they would have moved on to something else. There would have been opportunities, and the opportunities just don't seem to be there.
And because I try not to make it a black or white thing.
It is though. It is.
Yeah, because from what I see, right?
You don't have to make it a black or white thing. It already is. You already stepped into this world.
And that's where, like, I get into it with some people, but like, some of my friends, they might joke about, damn, you always performing for like these white crowds or you always doing white shows. I'm like, the white vets,
get the fuck out of here with that shit.
The white vets, they don't have no problem. The thing with them, they see me be funny and they see me putting in the work and they'll say, yo, you been on the road lately? No. All right, well, come on. I'll hit you up with some dates. And they stay true to that. Like, I even see it. I even seen it with Shane's come up, right?
Yeah.
Now, we came up together around the same time in the Philly scene. Now, the white guys that were older, the Bobby Kellys, the Dan Soders, the Rich Voss and all of them, they saw him like as a young funny comic. They didn't care about his following. They just saw him as like, yo, it's a young guy, look like us, pretty funny. Come on, let's take him on the road and help him get to that next level. Whereas like with us, we gotta be our own brand and we gotta have everything built before we're able to get to that platform. And by the time your people even do support you, it's like you don't even need it.
Yeah. And that whole like, people don't say that to me, like, oh, you always doing white shit. I do everything though. I
mean, but you skate. Yeah, you've been doing white shit.
Yeah, well, I don't think people. I don't think people are surprised by the shit that I do.
Yeah,
but like people that say that, like them niggas don't work. They're working maybe half as hard or as third as much as you might be. because they're only doing like this one thing. Like they're only doing the shit that, you know, I guess they wouldn't perceive as white. So they're doing like somebody that's like working a lot, they're doing that shit, they're doing other shit, they're doing shit that's white, they're doing shit that's mixed. Like if you're doing everything, none of that shit don't matter. It don't matter. Like a fucking audience is an audience after that point. But some niggas really just work less because they only fuck with you know, people that completely align with their style. And that's not even that's just a strictly black thing, because there's black comics that like will only mess with like certain types of people that are like certain types of black people that kind of get their sensibility, when in reality like each demographic has their own little like types of you know, comedy styles that they enjoy.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because like the main point is an audience is an audience, and I want to make sure my stuff translate for every audience, whether that's only white people, only black people. I want to be able to step in any room. I want to be able to step in if somebody need me to perform in a queer space, if it's an office setting, professional space. I want to be able to perform for all of that. But this whole conversation made me think about I wanted to shout this person out at the beginning of the episode. One of my friends from high school, my man Jeremy Richardson. I want to shout him out because he hit me up. He hit me up maybe a month ago. One of my friends, like real close, like from freshman year of high school, and even after we graduated, still stay in contact. But he sent me an email basically saying that his job was trying to put together an event, and they were like brainstorming for like what type of events they could do. And he said one of the things that was proposed was possibly a comedy show. He was like, you know, we still trying to figure out the details, but maybe we could have you come perform, or maybe like we could put together a lineup of other comedians that you know. And it ended up falling through. They decided to go with another type of event.
Right.
I think they said they decided to go with like some type of like a formal black and tie event.
Yeah, there's the comedy is on the bottom rung of events. So black and tie beats it, pickleball beats it, ping pong, paint and sip.
But I appreciate him even sending me an email, because we are cool on a level of him being able to just like text or call me or DM me, but he still went like the super professional route, showing that he respects my craft. Cause I do have people that hit me up. Shit, my cousin just hit me with that. My cousin just hit me with trying to book me at a venue on 52nd Street, and it's like,
dude, I got $25 for you, bro. Pull up. We got wings. The wings come out your paycheck for sure, but we got wings.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to tell people you close to that like, yo, this is not the way to do this.
Yeah.
Without sounding like you coming off Hollywood or anything.
Yeah,
but I definitely
family
do.
And money don't mix, but
I definitely do appreciate him reaching out in that professional manner to me.
Yeah, I don't know how that relates to Funny AF, but
No.
but,
That just made me think, just like when we was getting into comedy, us getting deep into comedy talks.
But moral of the story is, there was a successful. It looked like it was successful. I think a lot of people engaged and watched this shit. So there was a platform for comedians to grow their audiences and, you know, showcase themselves.
Yeah.
Netflix is monopolizing comedy, it seems, which is a little bit scary. But if some niggas that, you know, are still doing bar shows when they should be far past that, get opportunity, I can't hate it too much. I'm actually, the people that I've seen in person before that did that, it was really good. I was like actually happy I was like, damn, I'm going soft. I'm like happy for people. Yeah. I'm like really like congratulating niggas and like, you know, proud of them and shit. I was like thinking like,
it was good to see. It's really nice to see when like, you know, the right people are winning.
I think that was it too, because it's really a business that's hard as fuck to fake your way through.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have shitty specials and they just genuinely suck because they skip all this. But if they had to do, you know, a 10-minute set, several rounds of auditions and tape that, people would smell them out. People would sniff it out. Like, this isn't good. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But if you skip all that and you just get an agent that says, hey, look, we got this fucking movie coming out. You're going to do a special. It's going to promote the movie. The movie's going to promote the special. Like, when people do that, it looks weird. Yeah, I would just hope that there'd be some sort of meritocracy in the business, and that a lot of people that are fucking super funny but just broke or not getting the looks they deserve are getting it. Hopefully that continues to be a thing, because this art form is dying. The spectacle of it all is bigger than it's ever been, but as far as like being completely broke and making your way through something, it's getting harder and harder. That's why all the popping rappers is drug dealers. Because how the fuck would you possibly make it doing this shit without the money? All the fucking athletes that's popping, or all the athletes that make it, have some access to like training camps and shit like that. I'm not really, and I know it sounds like a complaint, but I'm not really complaining, but I am trying to warn people that aren't aware of what's happening. What seems to be a meritocracy is crumbling, and that's in sports and art. You're gonna see a lot of rich kids making it and making terrible art. That's why people hate fucking the comedy specials that are coming out, because it'll be people that just have access to resources rather than the traditional nigga from the projects did 5 minutes that impressed the agent one time and then made it big.
Because that's what it really comes down to, where I've had moments where I used to question, like, damn, am I not doing enough? Where it's like, no,
nope, you're not.
I mean,
if you're asking that question, then the answer is yes.
But a big part of it is that it's, while we got to worry about how we going to spend money on rent or how we going to get groceries, there's somebody out there that they never had to worry about that. So it's like they don't even have to worry about that, and they don't even have to worry about, and I need money to pay for my website or pay for my headshots and stuff like that. Shit, we know comics that their parents was able to buy them a club to get all the stand-up clips they need.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you had resources like that on another level.
Well, I can't imagine it, because I see the shit. I've seen people do it, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be like, well, if I had that shit, I'd be better. I would just be like, damn, the playing field would be a lot different if a lot of us had access to that.
Yeah, I look at it more so like that. The meme of the track meet, where it's like one person like just in their lane, but then there's another person they ready to run in their lane, but like they got the ball and chain stuck to their ankle.
Right.
They got to hop over the swamp of alligators and all of that.
Yeah, it's fucking. I would like to see. What was that Netflix show with rappers? And that shit was whack as fuck.
With T.I. and
Yeah, I was like, you got Cardi B judging people's raps. Like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Cardi B should not be judging nobody's nothing unless it's stripping and a BBL contest. She can judge the fuck out of that. But like, oh no, your rhyme scheme on this. I'm like, man, if you don't shut your fucking,
what was that shit? Rhythm and Flow. That was the shit. That was with D Smoke one, right?
Yeah. Cardi B, I love as a personality. I love as a celebrity. I think she deserves all the success that she has. But if she trying to tell a nigga about his fucking, like the structure and the goddamn like writing of music, I do not want to hear that shit. But it makes sense that the biggest rapper would be on a show about rapping.
Well, you know what makes this competition tough about, because I was wondering, like, is it going to be another season of it? Which it probably will be, because like with Rhythm and Flow, there was a season 2, right? But when it comes to Netflix, when it comes to the streamers, a show can be great, a show can be successful, but it's better for a show to be a limited series, because shows that last, they don't bring in new customers. They just keep the people that were already returning.
Yeah.
So it's not bringing in any new money.
Netflix's business model is pretty insane, because that's how they make money, is by bringing in new customers.
Yeah.
How do you do that if everybody's using it?
Yeah. So it's like, what you got to do is you got to keep canceling or moving on from the good shows, and we got to find a new show.
Find a new show. Make niggas that use share passwords have to buy their own account. Me. I saw somebody talking about this with surfing. That's what made me really think about that shit. Somebody was talking about how surfing used to just have a plethora of personalities and people that were just engaging and entertaining to watch. And then it just became who can afford the best coaches and who can afford, like, who has the most resources to make it. And once other things get to that point, skateboarding's kind of gotten to that point. I think the time I came up in wasn't really like that. But now I fear for the younger kids, fear for the younger generation musicians and the comedians that come after us. I don't know what's going to happen with them. But a lot of acting. Every fucking movie is a goddamn Nepo baby. Every movie is somebody's daughter.
For real, yo. I'll be watching TV and I'll go click on the actress Wikipedia page. Like, damn, I never heard of them. Like, they did pretty good in this. And then I click on the Wikipedia. Shit, I'm able to click on their parents' Wikipedia.
Yeah. It's genuinely scary because what's next after that? You know, is it even less of a meritocracy and only access to money and nepotism? Or does the entire business just fucking explode and never makes money again?
Yeah.
A movie about the most fucking famous nigga of all time is doing well. Who would have thought?
Well, I guess back with another one, the Tubi movie of the week. This week we watched Jazz Intimacy, and this movie
had some jazz and had some intimacy.
Yeah, this
pretty straightforward. I don't got really a lot of complaints. I mean, somebody OD'd off of heroin, but that's
this movie right here. This was something different. This was something different from our normal watch. This was about a poet named Damien.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a jazz musician. He was just a horny poet. Not to be reductive, like not just a horny poet. I just thought he would do something with a saxophone.
Yeah. So Damien, he's a single father. He's a single father, and one night while he's performing, he's performing one of his sultry or sensual poems, and there's a woman in the crowd, Layla, she's a artist, and she likes this. She likes what she sees on stage. So one night while Damien's out, he's out with his friends, he gets a call that he's actually been requested to perform. So he shows up, performs, and then that's when he meets Layla. Now, Damien, he's a single father. His ex-wife, she's out on the streets. She's struggling with a drug addiction. And this movie, I liked it at first because, it stars a familiar character. Stars Denzel Dandridge.
As a good person, mind you.
Yeah, he's playing a good person in this
genuinely
movie.
Good.
And this was written and directed by Kyra Harris. Is she in this movie? Yeah. She plays a character in this movie.
There was several points in this movie where the dude was talking, and I was like, "This was written by a woman."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. And I'm gonna play some of those parts. Now, this starred Denzel Dandridge, but I will say, watching him in a lead performance, I think he is better as a supporting actor.
I think he might be more of a character actor.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or he might not figured out how to play the nice guy yet. I think he might have to be a little abusive.
Yeah, he was genuinely good at every turn, and I think you could see the discomfort.
Yeah, you
you could see he was just like, I don't get to hit nobody.
Yeah. But I'm gonna play a few parts of this movie. Some you need to hear, some you really don't. Some are more so just visual. Like, I'm gonna show you this one part right here about, let me see, it's about 29 minutes into the movie. Now, Denzel Dandridge, his character Damien, he pulls up to take Layla out. This is after they start talking. He takes her out on a date, and let me see.
I will say, I wish, if somebody were to call a comedy club requesting me, I wish it would be, the type of person that I could see myself being with. Usually it's just I know who the fuck that asshole is. I don't want to see that fucking dumbass. Tell her I'm not coming back. Tell her I died. Tell her I quit comedy. All right, we got a visitor joining for the
Pepsi
joining
bag
for the movie.
All right, so this part I wanted to show you right here, about 28 minutes, around the 29-minute mark into the movie, and this is them pulling up. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, But you'll see once they get out the car. Let me show you. One of his headlights is out. That had nothing to do with the movie, but that had nothing to do with the movie. But this is this is really one of their cars.
Yeah, they don't rent cars with
Yeah,
faulty headlights.
Yeah, so in these movies, they using their real houses. They using real cars.
They using their real pussy. We've seen this shit. Yeah, there's no.
In this movie, they have it's everything you expect from a Tubi movie. I'm assuming it's based in Detroit, so you got cars with their headlights out. You got shaky cameras, but I will say some of the dialogue genuinely did make me laugh.
I had a beautiful night with you.
Yeah. Then there should be more.
You're thinking with your dick.
I mean, what do you expect? Just feed me strawberries and chocolate. Shit gotta get my mind all over.
That's real as shit, though.
That's real.
That's just like
you think what you
no
think.
lie.
What you think? You gave me chocolates and strawberries. Yeah.
I just like that. I just like the honesty there. Yeah, what do you expect? You don't gotta lie. Like, oh no, I was just thinking we could play fucking Tekken. Like, no, dog. It's just, and thinking with your dick is it's a misunderstanding. You're not necessarily thinking with your dick. It's just that your dick has control of your legs.
Yeah.
Your bottom half is now taken over by your dick. So your brain is saying no, but you're walking in a way that your dick wants you to.
Right. It ain't my fault. That's where all the blood going.
Yeah.
So
you can't even feel your feet at this point. Like, you genuinely can't feel any other parts of your body.
what did you give this movie?
I would give this movie. I'm gonna be honest. I would give this a 7.
A 7? Okay.
Yeah.
That I was at that point. I was somewhere stuck between the 6 and 7 range because it's not money laundering, and it genuinely is a good story. But I will say there was a long build up. This movie is about an hour and 40 minutes. It could have been shorter.
Yeah.
I will say they could have got some things. They could have got to some things in about an hour, in that hour to hour 20 range. I wish this was just a little shorter.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these movies start off the first scene, so I'm like, fucking.
Yeah.
So for them to wait like
Yeah,
two dates, and we got to watch the entirety of each date, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying it's new. It's a bit bloated, and but it's a love story. So I'm not going like it's a cool love story. Like, it's not like she loved him, but he beat up on her and cheat. No, like, they're both decent people and they love each other, and that's good.
Yeah. This is Damien performing one of his poems.
I mean, I was watching this shit. I was like, damn, I wish I could be more like this nigga and be more like loving. But then I had to remember, like, he not even like that in real life. Like, this is a character written by a woman.
I want to play where Damien was getting ready to perform one of his poems.
All right.
The intro to this just had me dying.
Yeah.
Get it.
What you think he gonna say tonight?
And this is also like right in front of Layla.
Yeah, he's on a date and doing his poetry.
Another heated week in a room full of sexy women. I'm starting to see a different amount of people coming in here each time, and I feel good about it because that must mean I'm doing something right. So I hope y'all came horny, because you're going to leave with a relief from a much needed climax.
That was too much. I remember I was like, that's too much. But
that's how these poets be though. People think rappers and comedians are like, the bad guys, the misogynistic ones. It's the poets.
them niggas mean it. I don't mean it. When I say I hope y'all came horny, I'm just like clearly being facetious.
He dead serious.
I'm gonna start opening shows like that and see where. And I'm not even joking. Like, I know, like,
And this nigga's on a date.
yeah.
I hope
y'all came horny. He's here with one woman. I understand she never want to see me again. Maybe that's the reason, nigga. You understand the baby mom. But yeah, dude, like I just I'm gonna open up a show or two with that and see how it goes. I'm gonna record it just so y'all can see it.
But
So, I hope y'all came horny, because the way you start a show can affect the rest of the show. Of course, it'll set the tone. They might dislike you immediately if the first thing you say is off-putting. So I'm willing to do that experiment just for the fuck of it.
But in Tubi fashion, they had a signature song in this. Did you peep the song at the end?
As soon as the credits roll, I shut it off.
No, and let me play this.
My crazy baby mama, she put me right in the jail. She staring at me like the warden of the state penitentiary. Try to avoid and look away, but then she ran through some food in my face. So forget you, baby, I'm gone.
I like that song. Really didn't have anything
Crazy
to do with
baby mama.
It had nothing to do really with the story, but
Yeah, I mean,
it was a good song.
I was thinking it'd be like a more, two people in love kind of song. I feel like that would fit more. But, if you got the song written and recorded for the movie, it makes sense to use it.
Yeah, so if y'all looking for something to check out, man, y'all can check out Jazz Intimacy. Jazz Intimacy, it's wholesome.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
like it's
it's a sex scene in there, but it's not as graphic as other sex scenes. They tried to make it more sensual to fit the poetry feel of this, I will say. So they tried to make it tasteful. The acting wasn't really the best, but it was a cool story. And Kyra Harris, this is our first time checking her out. Let me see if she's directed or written anything else. No, this is her. Yeah, this is her first movie. So this is a good start. I will say that this is definitely a good start from her.
Yeah, and I'm not getting on her for writing the men as good people. It's not realistic, but I'm not mad at her, because if we had to write a movie with a woman character, I'm sure we would fudge it a little bit.
Yeah.
Talking about everybody getting their dicks up for free. That'd be the type of character I would write, so I can understand. Everybody getting a free dick suck. And I don't do drugs. This is just because I want to do it.
All right. Before we get out of here, man, just a few quick questions from the listeners. One person asks, has there ever been a moment where you wanted to quit doing what you're doing?
What are we doing?
I mean, for me,
the podcast.
I took it as anything.
Oh,
yes,
podcast,
stand up, podcast.
I don't ever want to quit stand up, but I want to quit living. It's like, if I'm gonna live, I'm gonna do stand up. But
I've thought about quitting. Shit. Sometimes you might be out with somebody, and you be like, man, I can't wait till they go back home. So,
yeah. Especially if you got somebody that's actually about it. That you can hit up after the day is over. Like, she playing. I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm like halfway joking, but I've been on dates where I'm like, I should have just.
I'm out here wasting money.
Yeah. I got some free pussy lined up, and I'm wasting money.
Ew.
What kind of man would do such a thing?
This I don't know if you know this person. I'll probably bleep his name.
Nah.
She used to live out here, but she moved to LA.
Let me pull it up.
It's a comedian, white chick. Somebody said, did you see she started an OnlyFans for her feet? No, I didn't.
Not interested.
I didn't see this at all. But they said, is it weird to follow a coworker on there? I mean, yeah, is it weird to follow a colleague on there? I don't think it's weird to follow a colleague on OnlyFans, a colleague or somebody you know. Honestly, I think it's supportive. And I respect that more. I think it's better for you to follow I understand it more. I understand you following the colleagues or people you know more on OnlyFans than the randoms.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like,
because it's like those are the ones you want to see in those those are the ones that you want to see that you're probably imagining on the regular anyway. So it's like you actually get to consensually see without if that person doesn't want to engage in a relationship, you still get to consensually see in a way, and also you see directly where your money is going.
yeah, there's also sometimes where somebody, you've been in the position where it's like you got somebody and they're like, I want to book you for a show. It's just, shit's tight right now or whatever. I'm like, well, the least you could do is whack off to me. Give me $5 a month for, whacking off to me. I think that's fine. It's like, I would love to do the show. I know things are difficult right now, but just pull up my pictures, give me $5 and then masturbate.
Yeah.
And then we're even.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that nothing is wrong with following a colleague that started on OnlyFans. And the last question, somebody said, "What's the weirdest dates y'all have been on?" And also was two questions, 2-part question. What's the weirdest dates y'all have been on, and what's the worst advice you ever gotten? The weirdest date, I don't really know if I had any weird dates. Cause
I kind of just gave an example of one.
Cause at the point where I was still dating, I was so broke that I was only going on dates with people that I actually liked. Bro, like I made at that point in my life when I was still like going on dates, I was making sure my money was going to be like well spent.
I see what you mean.
So, but I will say I did have this. I remember this one time I was chilling with this girl at her house, and I remember we was chilling watching TV, and this was before I was a dog person. I remember like we was chilling. And her dog threw up. You know how dogs, like when dogs about to throw up, like you you hear all of that. And I'm new to like I never had a dog, so I didn't know what was happening. I remember her dog threw up in front of us, and then she cleaned it up, and then just came back to chilling with me, and that shit turned me off so much at the time. So that was probably one of the
Can you take a shower?
No,
that's a shower activity.
Yeah,
you do that. You shower, then we could still do stuff, but no thanks.
Yeah, that was one of the worst situations I've had. Have you had any weird dates?
Honestly, not really. I'm fun as shit. So like, even if like some weird shit happens on a date, I kind of just roll with shit. I can't think like what's a weird date. I mean, like there's been dates where I'm like this shit, like the lady just sucked like as a person.
I know, you ever be on like a bad date? You ever go on to like a date so bad that you can't wait to go home and tell your girl? Man, you wouldn't believe these bitches out here.
Nah, I've been on one so good that I wanted to tell my girl. I'm like, yo, you gonna
you need to step this shit up.
Yeah. You wouldn't think I had it in me, but I do.
What's the worst advice you ever gotten?
The worst advice. There's a lot of. I think most dating advice is bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, bro. Like there's just not really a lot of good. I don't ask people for advice too much. I mean, bad advice is like don't take these bitches out. Tell her pull up to the crib. These other niggas ain't. These other niggas ain't taking her out on no dates.
Yeah.
These other niggas is cracking when they meet her and you taking her on a date. I'm like, some people done fuck me without no effort too. It's fair. I just won't take nobody on a date to a place I don't want to be at. I mean, I've done that before, I think, like where I was just like, but not really. I feel like for the most part, every date I've been on in my life has been, unless it's like with your like woman that you've been with for a while and she take you to do some bullshit, but you just doing it because you love her. That's one thing. But I'm talking about like a new person. I'm like, I want to be at a place where like if I tell her just like you could just go, like I'd be cool with chilling there by myself, and I'm just like, all right, this place is fun. I'm gonna just finish out my night. I really do plan a lot of my pretty much every date I've ever been on. I've planned for the possibility that I just want her to go home and I can keep hanging out. Or I have a homie that's like, oh, you still out? All right, I'm gonna let you know if I'm still coming out because this shit might be whack.
Yeah, and that's the thing about. I guess that's the good thing about like when you don't have money and when you do have money. It's like either way, I'm gonna make sure I plan some shit where I'm gonna have a good time regardless.
Yeah, I've never planned to date like I hate this, but she's gonna love it. That's just I think that's backwards thinking. I think that's bad advice. Telling somebody to try to plan and shit that you think the woman's gonna like, and just like trying too hard to impress to the point where when you get there, you don't even know how to act like you enjoying yourself.
Yeah, because if she really like you, she gonna enjoy whatever y'all do.
Literally.
Like, yeah, when y'all mutually like each other, y'all gonna find a way to enjoy that date, regardless of if everything goes planned or if the plans kind of shift and you gotta call it audible.
Yeah. I've taken women to some of the shittiest places on earth and still had a good time, because I just like, it's cool. I fuck with it. I'm comfortable. I'm gonna make you comfortable. You just gotta feel people out. Everybody's different. I think the worst advice that people give is the shit that generalizes too much.
Yeah, this was a good one, man. This was a good one. Definitely appreciate those questions.
I forgot this.
Oh.
I was looking for it.
Oh, no, that's all good.
Better late than never.
But yeah, whenever the questions come to y'all, feel free to send those through to us. Love to talk and chat with y'all. Just trying to make this the best experience possible. Want to curate this to be the podcast that y'all wanted to be. So yeah, it's been a good one. Anything else before we get out of here?
Patreon.
Yeah. Be sure to be on the lookout for the Patreon. That is definitely coming soon. And yeah, follow us on all our social media as always. But yeah, it's been a good one, man. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we out.